Hello, I'm Phil Little, host of the Private Investigator Experience podcast, where we talk about the life and cases of a PI every week. This is my short post dealing with issues that are happening out around the world that it might affect us here at home, and I'm answering questions. Today, I'm answering a question that I've been asked many, many times. And that question that keeps coming up is, why can't those in the Islam and Muslim faith make peace with Israel? And what do the Muslims or the Islam faith really say? Does it really mean? Most people in the West don't understand much about Islam or the Muslim faith, except for what they hear in news bites. Usually that has a political slant with the news person reporting. When I first became involved in the Arabian Gulf in my work, I did some research as well as reading the books and the Quran and interaction with many Muslim people who became good friends. So I got a firsthand look and insight on what people really believed. The Muslim faith is like all other faiths, Jewish, Christian, etc., is that there are people who are really involved in the religion. Then there's some casual involved. And then there are those that aren't involved at all. They're called by that, but they really don't practice the religion. But the answer to why the radical leaders of Islam, particularly the Shia set, they don't want peace with Israel because they believe that Israel and the Jewish people worldwide must be annihilated for them to bring back their Mahdi or their 12th Imam to reappear and help them take over the world. Why is this serious? Well, because this is a religious ideology that overshadows common sense and a love for all people. Iran has been indoctrinating all their soldiers and proxy fighters with this over the years to keep them motivated, to keep up the fight, to annihilate all Jews. They believe that Israel is the biggest obstacle, and they keep training their people to this, to the return of the Mahdi or the 12th Imam, and there must be an apoplectic war, a huge war to destroy Israel and all the Jews worldwide. Now, I thought about this, that is it just a coincidence that suddenly all over the world after the October 7th attack that has been anti-Semitism rising with violence, destruction, and the calls for the annihilation of the Jewish people worldwide? Is that a coincidence? We need to be thinking about that and find out for ourselves. The word Mahdi means guided one, or in the Islamic understanding, really, he is the likely guided one. He takes on the different guises depending on which sect of Islam you're looking at. One, the Sunni, which is the majority of the Muslims worldwide, and they're not as violent or radical as the Shia. They believe that their Mahdi has not been born yet. And they believe this, and I read from their writings. A man shall come toward the end of time. His name shall be my name, and the name of his father will be the name of my father. And they're talking about Muhammad. The other sect, the Shia, the more radical of the Muslim, believe that he is already alive, and he's just been in hiding for over 1,000 years. They believe that he is their 12th Imam, as they call him, and that he was born around 868 AD. So that would make him about 1,100 years old now. They believe he's hiding somewhere, not sure where, and one day he will show himself. In Iran, they believe he's hiding in a well in the court of a mosque there, and they put a cover over the well with wood slats that let you peep in, and tourists are coming with their flashlights, looking down to see if they can see the 12th Imam, and many of them drop in little pieces of paper with prayers, trying to reach the 12th Imam. They believe that when he appears, now listen to this, that Jesus will be coming with him. You say, they believe in Jesus? Well, they believe that Jesus was a prophet, not the Son of God, not the Savior, not the Messiah, but Jesus, when he comes with their 12th Imam, will come as a prophet of peace, and he will rid the world of evil. That kind of sounds like the Christian Messiah. So many of the Muslim schools are being indoctrinated into the radical theory of the influences of Iran across the Middle East, particularly to Palestinian young people. And if you haven't seen some of the material that they're training their kindergarten and younger starting with, you should look online and find it. It is evil, to say the least, to be brainwashing young people like this. Iran has been very open about their purposes and information, that they had plans to and wanted to build up a multi-front attack on Israel from all sides. And they were building up to that from not only the Hamas, but up in Hezbollah and the Houthis and Islamic Jihad and those in Iraq. And Hamas jumped the gun for some reason. And Iran is not very happy because now we have Israel on a war footing. They're on the offense, and they're destroying these proxy groups that were supposedly building up for the big finale when they were going to have all the sophisticated weapons and manpower and ready to go. Isn't it interesting how God can upset the plans of evil against his people? The danger to this setback is that the Iranians now will start focusing more on their nuclear capability, which has happened. In the last couple of days, reliable sources have shared that Iran has tripled its speed on its uranium enrichment to the bomb, and they're getting close now to having a bomb. It could well be that in their minds, now with Israel so preoccupied with all these things going on around them, that this would be a time, if they could get a bomb, to launch it towards Israel, and before Israel would have a chance to take it out and or maybe even preemptively stop it before it gets there. Experts with much more knowledgeable than me are saying that any movement that Israel makes towards peace with the Palestinians will fail, for they cannot allow peace with Israel because that would upset their whole religious views and they would have to change their views. Israel is the main impediment for Iran bringing about the return of their 12th. Do the leaders of the world, many supporting Hamas, have their heads in the sand not to see or hear what is going on and realize that Iran will do what they say they will do? They've already been doing it through their proxies, which they said they would do. And now, if they get a nuclear weapon, they will do it and use it without any question. It seems apparent that many of the politicians, and unfortunately many of them are supporting Hamas, out around the world, are seeking power at any cost. And they believe that they can use radicals of any type, and they will eliminate them then when they have the power. The leaders of Iran and Iraq and other countries are zealots in their belief that in the end they will rule the world. This theory has many characteristics of the Judeo-Christian Messiah. The difference of the arrival of the 12th Imam in Islam and the Christian Messiah is that the 12th Imam can't come back until a war is started to bring him back and to kill all the Jewish people and destroy Israel. In opposite to that, the Christian Messiah comes and brings peace to the world, and the Christians don't have to rise up and start a war. Having superior knowledge is the only way we can understand who and what we are facing. And knowledge is the only way that we can protect ourselves. Would you help me by getting this message out by liking, sharing, subscribing? Hit that notification bell so you'll know about posts when they come out. Please leave any comments that you would like on the podcast or YouTube, or you can email me at pi777@gmail.com. Will you come out of the crowd and stand with me and let your voice be heard? Become your own investigator and find out what the facts really are? Till next time, be safe. May God bless you, your family, and may God bless America. Happy New Year. See you next time.